Nirvana Gokula Sura Humble request to keep all mobile phones either in silence or switched off, please. Loving Saram to everyone. It is with great joy that we welcome all our distinguished guests, elders, and devotees to this beautiful and special satsang organized by the Sri Satya Sai Baba Overseas Organization of Mauritius. We are truly blessed to come together this evening in an atmosphere which will be filled with values and uplifting stories inspired by our beloved Papa. And to actually take us through this meaningful journey, we are privileged to have with us a very special guest, Uncle Soobrie Naidoo. I'm sure when we know someone like Soobrie Naidoo, like Uncle Soobrie Naidoo, to be amongst us, we all want our answers, we all want our questions to be answered, which we deem to be pivotal and a guide for us. So to give everyone a fair chance, we'll have 2 Sevadas from the ladies' side and 2 Sevadas from the gents' side to circulate with paper chips. Please jot down your questions and Uncle Soobrie will do his best to answer them. With that, let us proceed with a welcome address by the Regional President of Region 3, Brother Pavish Ukul, Jai Sarva.
I offer my prayerful salutation at the lotus feet of our Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, Zone Chair, Uncle Soobrie, National Council President, Sister Amanda, Deputy National Council President, Brother Garun, National Council members, members of the Trust, the Sai family of Region 3 and Region 4, my greetings around to you all. I have the immense pleasure to welcome you all to this special satsang, a satsang where we are all eagerly awaiting to hear Uncle Soobrie delivering his inspiring and uplifting talk. This same special satsang has been organized in other regions, and today this session will be the final one, as Uncle Soobrie will be leaving Mauritius tomorrow. So let's hope this final address by Uncle Soobrie would be special and memorable. Brothers and sisters, as indicated in our invite, we'll have a question and answer session, as Sister just said, after the talk of Uncle Soobrie. So we look forward to have your question. The Savada will circulate paper, and or you may address it directly to Brother Sandeep through WhatsApp or myself. I am sure, without any doubt, Uncle Soobrie will beautifully and rightfully address your doubt, concern, or any prayer. One important thing we have added in our program is after, at the end of this section, we will have Gayatri Mantra chanting. As you know, we have the ongoing war is going. So this is having a great impact on all of us. So we will dedicate this Gayatri Mantra chanting for world peace. So without taking much time, we will shortly welcome Uncle Soobrie for his talk after the address of the National Council President. I wish you all a joyful evening. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Brother Pavish. We shall now request the National Chairperson, Sister Amanda Hambawat, to address us. Thank you.
I offer my most humble pronouns at the lotus feet of our Divine Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Respected Uncle Soobrie, Zone 9 Chair, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
I will not be very long because we are all eager to hear from Uncle Soobrie today. So my address will be a big thank you to Uncle Soobrie and the trustees for bringing Uncle Soobrie here in Mauritius. I've been going around to all regions listening to Uncle Soobrie, his words of wisdom, his knowledge of Swami's teaching, and also his love for all the devotees in Mauritius. He calls them his Sai children. He says he's the father of all of us. So thank you, Uncle Soobrie. We'll be very sad to see you go tomorrow, and we hope you'll come back again. Before I leave, I want to just wish you a very blessed Hanuman Jayanti, and I'll just say a little something what Swami says. So Swami regarded Hanuman as the supreme ideal for mankind, representing the perfect combination of strength, intelligence, and selfless service to the divine, specifically Lord Rama. He emphasized Hanuman's total coordination of thought, word, and deed, encouraging devotees to develop similar devotion and humility in their own lives. So I request all of you, if you could please, coordinate your thought, word, and deed to develop such a devotion and humility that Lord Hanuman had. And before I finish, I want to invite you all for our next national program, which will be for the Aradhana Mahotsavam. It will be on the Sunday, 26th of April. We haven't confirmed the venue yet, and you'll get the invitation in due time. Thank you. Saida.
Thank you, Sister Amanda. We shall now proceed with the highlight of the evening. It is truly a great privilege for us to be in presence of someone whose life has been deeply rooted in devotion, service, and love for Swami. Uncle Soobrie Naidoo has been a dedicated Sai devotee for over 50 years, having embarked on this spiritual journey since 1975. Over the decades, he has selflessly served in various leadership roles, including Center President, Coordinating Committee, Chairperson for Midlands and Northern NATO, National Service Coordinator, National Spiritual Coordinator, National Council Deputy President, and National Council President. He has also had the blessed opportunity to serve in the Prashanti Christmas Committee as Decorations Coordinator from 2012 to 2021, contributing to the splendor of this sacred celebration. Uncle has been graced with several divine interactions with Bhagwan in his physical form, including a beautiful personal interview, a blessing many can actually dream of. Currently, he continues his inspiring journey of service as the Zone 9 Chairman of the Sri Satya Sai Global Council, guiding and supporting Sai activities across the region. Brothers and sisters, please join me in warmly welcoming a truly devoted servant of Sai, Uncle Soobrie Naidoo.
I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, dear embodiments of divine love, Om Sai Ram to one and all. So nice to be here in this ashram again. First visit, and it's going to be the last one for this year. So loving sisters and brothers, I did mention to you all before, is Swami, we are so blessed that we got the greatest avatar that treaded this earth. And I mentioned this to you before, and I'm going to repeat it because it's of utmost importance. The meaning of an avatar is the descent, the coming down of divine consciousness to our level of understanding and rising our level of understanding towards divine consciousness. That is why our beloved Bhagavan took this human form to help us to know, experience and manifest that we are divine. He's come here to turn our minds towards God. And what Swami really wants from us is for all of us to feel and experience that Swami is inside us. Swami has come here to help us to feel and experience Atmic consciousness. That is the ultimate goal for every devotee. So I'm going to talk on a few things, and I see we got a lot of young adults here. And young adults, I want you to, and even, but this is for everyone, but the young adults, please listen to this talk very carefully, and if you can try and implement it, and all of us, if we can implement, then only we're going to reap maximum benefit. Bhagavan said, an ounce of practice is more effective than tons of knowledge. So we need to try our level best to put into practice what our beloved Bhagavan has come to teach us. So the first, we have to have first quality loving sisters and brothers and young adults is self-confidence. It's so important to be confident in anything that you want to achieve. Anything you want to do, like for the young adults, they need to, they need to get their career up and running, they need to educate themselves, they need to work hard and get jobs and then eventually family and all that. So you have to be confident that you're going to achieve what you're aspiring for. Everyone got in their certain things that they would love to do. And the only way we can get that if we have this self-confidence. So being Hanuman Jayanti, I'm going to be using Hanuman a lot in my talk tonight. Take for example Hanuman, all of you know his story, I'm not going to go into the detail. But you all know the confidence that Hanuman had. He was so confident that he will make Rama come to him. He had the power from over 2 kilometers away, he could see when Rama was coming. And he had so much of confidence that Rama is going to work through him, and through the power of Rama through him, he's going to achieve many, many, many goals. And he was so confident that anything that he wanted, he will get it from Lord Rama. His confidence has brought him to where he was. So loving sisters and brothers, with this confidence, if you have this confidence, Swami is going to really help you out in whatever your goals are. But very, very careful, and one of the greatest obstacles that we go through is ego. Uncle Soobrie is standing here today and addressing you all as the zone chair. Uncle Soobrie is not the zone chair. He's never been the zone chair. Bhagavan Baba is the zone chair. Okay. And that is how every one of you must be. There is nothing and nothing we do. Swami is the doer. Because if you got ego, it can bring you down. And I'll share one example. And just remember, Lord Hanuman not only was involved in the Ramayana, he was even involved in the Gita, and I want to share and experience a story of the Gita to you. When the Pandavas were going on exile, for that 14 years exile with Rama, when the Pandavas were going on exile, the 5 brothers had an opportunity that for 2 hours every night they must take guard so no harm comes to the family. The family is protected from animals and whatever is there in the forest. So each brother had a chance to take care of the family. And then it came to the second brother, Bhima. Bhima's 10 came to take care of the family, so he had to release himself, and there's a narrow pathway, and he was just walking to go out. And then you see this old dilapidated monkey right in the side, very weak monkey, tail across, and in those days and up till now they say do not cross over anything, you know. So Bhima said to this monkey, please move your tail. And the monkey said, no, 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 no. I can't move the tail, you must move it. So he said, no, 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 please move your tail. And if you're not going back to the Ramayana when Mother Sita had this desire for the golden deer, Lakshmana drew the line and said, don't cross the line, otherwise you'll get into trouble. And you all know the story, I shared this with you. So Bhima says to the monkey again, please remove your tail. And the monkey said, no, 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 don't, now you move it. Then the monkey said, but you got a lot of strength, isn't it? You are the main one in with the Pandava brothers that guides them, protects them, fights for them because you strength personified. So you move the tail. And then Bhima bent down to pick the tail with one hand, he couldn't. Tried again, he couldn't. Then he put both his hands and tried to lift the tail. He couldn't lift the tail. And eventually he tried and he started to perspire, but he couldn't lift the tail. Then it dawned upon him that this is not a monkey. This is somebody great. Then he lifted his hands up and said, please, tell me who you really are. You're not just a ordinary monkey like this. That's when Hanuman grew to this 18-foot Hanuman. And he said to Bhima, the reason why I did this, you got a lot of ego. Because you got a lot of strength, you think you know everything. That's why I did this to you, to bring your ego down. So loving sisters and brothers, ego is very, very dangerous. You can lose everything to ego. So that's one of the messages for all our devotees. Great people have ego, so who are we? But if we constantly remind ourselves that Swami is everything, that Swami is the doer, and if you have confidence that Bhagavan is the doer, then you'll really, really achieve what you want to achieve. And what we have to achieve, again, to feel, know, and experience that Swami is locked up in your heart. It is Swami that's constantly walking, talking, thinking, and acting through you. Swami is always doing that. We can never ever do that. And that's where we got to come, that the ego must be right down. Even in the Mahabharata, when at the 18 days war going on, every morning Lord Krishna will go up onto the chariot and he'll ask Arjuna to come up. He'll hold Arjuna on his hand and bring him up. And at the end of the day, the war almost starts from daylight till night. In the evenings when the war is over, Lord Krishna will come down off the chariot first and he'll hold Arjuna and bring him down. And this happened for the 18 days right up till the morning. So coming back to that in the morning, when Hanuman, when Hanuman grew to this huge Hanuman, and he told Bhima, you got a lot of ego, and Hanuman gave a flag to Bhima. You take this flag and put it right on the top of the chariot of Lord Krishna's chariot, and I, Hanuman, will guide and protect Lord Krishna and Arjuna from all the missiles that's going to be shot against them. And Hanuman was holding all the missiles. A lot of people that put their janda on don't know this inner meaning. that with this janda it will guide and protect your home, it will guide and protect you from all negative qualities and all that. And so when on the 18th night, when Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, you have to go down first. And Arjuna said, no, my Lord, that's not the rule. You did it for 18 days and right up to this morning, you went down and then you escorted me down. And Lord Krishna said, no, today you have to go down. You have to go. And after deliberations, eventually Arjuna had to agree. So Arjuna went out and Lord Krishna said, please go a little bit further. He went. And then Lord Krishna put his one foot down. And when he put his another foot down, the whole chariot exploded. And Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, you had a lot of ego. If you only stayed and I came out first, you would have been blown up with this chariot. So you see how loving God is. He's here to guide, protect, and bless us from all the evil, all that's against us. So when you talk about the missiles that was hit against the chariot, what is all that? It is all the problems and the challenges that we go in daily life. Challenges will not stop till we take our last breath. That is what today is Hanuman Jayanti. If you truly have this confidence and pray to Hanuman, Hanuman will guide you that no matter what other people send to you, whatever challenges you got, he will guide and protect us. This is how powerful Hanuman is. So coming back, loving sisters and brothers, the self-confidence that you are divine is very, very important, and all of us got to walk towards that. And the next thing is implicit faith. We all know the faith that Hanuman had. You all know the faith he had for Lord Rama. He had tremendous amount of faith that come what may, he will become victorious. Come what may, he'll overcome any challenge that comes his way. And he was the main role player in the Ramayana that took care of everyone. So have we got that kind of faith that Swami will do anything and anything for us? Have we got that faith? I, with Swami's grace, think I'm getting there because I've got so much faith in Swami that I know whatever he does is for the good. I have so much faith that our God is the most powerful God that will guide, protect us under any circumstances. Have we got the implicit faith that Baba is God? So I'm going to share this with you. In 2006, I wanted to go to Kodaikanal. So my late wife and myself, we booked our tickets to Bangalore and take an internal flight to go to Cochin, and from there take a taxi. I had the desire to go to Kodaikanal. So when we reached Bangalore and I went to the domestic to collect a boarding pass, the chap asked me, where you are going to? I said, no, we're going to Kodaikanal to see Sai Baba. He said, no, don't go. Sai Baba came this morning, he's in Whitefield. So we had to get back to Whitefield. For 3 days, we were going up and down for darshan, sitting in the crowd. And on the third day, I was sitting in the crowd when Sevadar comes by me and he says, are you Soobrie Naidoo from South Africa? I said, yes. He says, are you the National Service Coordinator in South Africa? I said, yes. Then he said, come, Swami said, you must come sit with the VIPs in the front. First time got book, then you can walk in with your phone and all that, you know. But, like where these boys are sitting, the stages here, Swami is seated on the chair in the center. The students were first and the next sitting there. So close view of Baba. So I admire why I'm sharing out the story that Baba is God. So I used to admire an old man. He had a hunchback, walking stick in one hand, several are holding him in his other hand, walking very slowly, step by step, and was sitting there, concrete bench against the wall. He was sitting on the concrete bench, and something attracted me to this old man. Inside I'm saying, hey Swami, I don't know why I have to meet this old man and talk to him. So when that time you wait nearly 2 hours before Baba comes, so I went. And I said to him, I said, Uncle Sairam, how you asked me who you, my boy? I said, where you from? I said, South Africa. He asked me, what's my name? I told him. He said, his name is Soobrie Naidoo. So I asked him, Uncle, how long you praying to Baba? He said, son, I'm now 83 years old. And I'm praying to Baba since I was 22. And he says, at that time, there was no autos, no vehicles. Puttapati was a small village with few people. And he said, our only mode of transport, some of them was bicycle, but more ox wagon. Everybody should travel in ox wagon. And he said they lived in Bukkapatnam. It should take them 2 hours with the ox wagon to come to Swami and get his darshan. And few people used to be there. And he said every morning they have darshan from Baba, they have study circle with Swami, they have breakfast with Baba, they'll have lunch with Swami, and have darshan and interview again, and bhajans. And he says it was like so blissful that they had Baba to themselves. Every day they never missed this. And those days, people will never make a decision. He says, Uncle, he says, Mr. He calls me son. He said, son, even me, I never made any decision. Small little thing we'll ask Baba because we see him every day, the whole day. Then he says his wife got very, very sick. She had a little side pain. And he said to Baba, Baba, wife not well, Swami, she's not well, she got pain. Baba said, okay, no, don't worry, she'll be all right. And then a few days later, the pain was serious pain. And she couldn't manage, and he said, Baba, wife can't manage Baba, very, very sick. Baba said, don't worry, just go home. And that night at 10 o'clock in the night, this lady has a dream. She's dreaming that Baba comes into her room and he closes the door. Those days, the doctors used to wear this white dust coat. So Baba had a dust coat on, he had a stethoscope on, and this old man telling me, Swami lifted his hand, he waved his hand, and he produced all the operating equipment, and he operated. No ordinary man can do this. We got the greatest avatar with us. Why are we not giving ourselves to him? Why are we not surrendering to him? Then he told me another amazing story. Real story. He says his auntie's husband was very, very, very sick. And the auntie in the interview room says, Swami, my husband is very, very sick. Baba, what must we do? So Baba said, wait, when the interview is over, let all the other people go away. Only your family stay here. And then all went out to the interview state, and Baba looked at this lady and all of them. And he says to her mom, 2 weeks time, certain date and certain time, your husband going to die. Everyone started crying in the interview room. And Baba said only one thing, when it happens, please call, let me know. So 2 weeks time, the man passed away. And the old man tells me, that he contacted Swami and said, Swami is gone. And Baba only said, coming. And that time, in those years, there was no mortuary, and when somebody dies, and it was summer, hot time, hot too. And he tells the auntie, because in India at that time, when somebody dies, they do quickly the quick puja and the prayers, and they go and cremate immediately. They can't wait because no cool room and all that. And then he tells to this auntie, come, let's go and cremate. Can't do nothing. She said, no. Baba said, come. He said, but Baba can't do nothing. Let's go bury, let's go cremate. She said, no, wait. And the next day, the body started to swell, and it started to swell and smell to human flesh. And then this old man telling me, he told Auntie again, Auntie, come, man, you can't do nothing. Nobody can cure this man like this. You can see the body swelling and smelling. She said, no, my Baba is coming. That's a faith she had. And then Uncle says, by the third day, he said, son, we couldn't stay in the room. All of us went outside and we sat under the tree because we couldn't handle the smell. The whole room was stinking. And none of us, we all said, but this mother still sat there with all the smell, and the body is gone big. And then they see Baba coming. And they quickly ran into the room. Old man said, we went all inside, and Baba came. And when he entered the house, both foot in the house, all that human flesh smell was gone, only vibhuti was smelling. And then he comes to this lady, he said, Mom, what happened? Why you never go cremate your husband? You can see how he is. Nothing can happen to him. She said, no, Swami, you said you come. I have to wait for you. So he said, that means, Ma, you got so much of faith in me that in a condition like this, you still waited for me. She said, yes, Swami, you're my God. If you come, if you say you're coming, I must wait. And she says to him, Swami, if you tell me now to go and cremate my husband, then only I'm going to go and do it. Then Swami said, give me some water. Old man telling me the story, said, give me some water. They gave Baba water, and Swami took the water and he sprinkled 3 times on the body. The whole body came back to normal, and this man got up and started talking to all of them. Loving sisters and brothers, again I'm repeating, Swami is not an ordinary man. Baba is God. Baba can do anything for you. My late son was born crippled, and with implicit faith, just didn't see Baba that time. I'd never been to party, but had so much faith in him and prayed in the prayer room to his photograph and said, Swami, but I was very ignorant and I was arguing with Swami. I said, Baba, you're an ordinary man, Swami. I can't believe that you're God because you walk, talk, act like a man. But, and I bargained with Swami. That's why where I am. I said, Swami, if you heal my son and bring him back to normal, I will not leave the Sai organization. And 2 weeks later, the boy came back to normal. Only God can do that. Okay? My daughter had extreme headaches. And when we took her to the doctor did a scan, and he calls him and he says, Mr. Naidoo, your daughter has got a brain hemorrhage and she's got a blood clot and she's got 2 more days to live. So I said, thank you, I've got one other doctor, I'm going to talk to him. So I came home, lit campfire, turned the arati for Baba, and said, Swami, please, Swami. And my son that got healed, everyone Baba healed, he took them away. When my son, I think most of you know, when he was 8.5 years old, he went to play with his friends across the road, policeman's house, the child found a gun, thought it's a toy, and shot my son through the head. So that was my first challenge with Swami. And I still said, Baba, thank you for that too. Okay, so I came and I prayed. I said, Swami, you know, Baba, I already lost one child. I don't think I got the strength now to lose another one. I'm not so strong. I only just started in your movement now and I'm not so strong. And please, you have to have divine intervention. And next morning we go to see my daughter. She's crying and crying and crying. And I asked her, her name is Vanessa. And I said, Vanessa, what happened? When she stopped, she says, Dad, no, I'm crying with happiness. I said, why? She said, last night Baba came to me at 10 o'clock in the night. He came and sat next to me at the bed. There was a bench here, a blank bench. He sat on it and he spoke to me for 8 hours. The day before that, I asked her, it was a Saturday when we admitted her, I asked her what day it is. She said it is Tuesday. So she lost her memory. Every question I asked, memory was lost. Then I asked her, what did you remember? What Baba told you? And she was a Bhavika's guru for the region. And Baba said, tonight, you're not well, tonight at 9:30 I'm coming back to see you. Hey, we were so excited, you know. Next morning we were there. First thing I asked her, Vanessa, did Baba come? She said, yes, he came 9:30 in the night. He spoke to me for a little while, only half an hour, and he held me on my head, and he told me, Vanessa, it was in May, and he said, July, we are having Bhavika's Guru's conference in Parthi. I want to see you in the conference. Then I asked her, how's the headache? She says, I'm not dead, there's no headache now. So I got the doctor to do another scan. And when the doctor did, he called me, he said, call your wife too, I want to talk to you. So we both of us went and asked Doc what happened. He asked me, which God are you praying for? I told him I'm a Sai Baba devotee. He tells me his exact words to me, Mr. Naidoo, don't ever leave Sai Baba because your daughter got no hemorrhage and no blood clot. Okay? Sisters and brothers. And then for me, I had psoriasis and arthritis for nearly 10 years and 210 Christmas. I was sick there for 2 days. My legs were all swollen. I was a coordinator too for the decoration. And on the phone, I used to tell people what to do. And they asked me to cut a cake with Swami on Christmas Day. And Baba came to me, he held my hand, and together we had a long candle. And we lit the candle on the Christmas cake, on the small candle on the cake. And then next to me, the chap said, Baba cut the cake with him, and then Baba went. And then there was no more itching. I used to scratch all the time, and my leg bleeding to blood used to come out. And then every day I see the scales are going, and the third day I told my family, I think Swami is curing me, you know. Because that time my family will never touch anything from my hands because I'm always scratching. Loving sisters and brothers, on the 5th day, everything was gone. And now, what's it now, 17, 18 years? I never, all this, there's no cure for psoriasis. So Swami cured me, took my arthritis away, and not knowing he was preparing me to come and do his work. So I got Baba cured me in 210 and 211. So coming back, loving sisters and brothers, what made Baba do all this for me? What made Baba make that man's body that was rotten to come back to life? Implicit faith in Islam. Implicit faith. We haven't got that faith. Some of us doubt Baba. When something goes wrong, we question Swami where you was. Why you never do this? Why you never do that? Don't do that, loving. But just as implicit faith, that Baba is in control of our lives. He's in control of everything. And the third thing is total surrender. Hanuman surrendered everything at Lord Rama's feet. He was confident, he had the implicit faith, and he totally surrendered everything to Swami. And I did that too. I surrendered my whole life. I say, Swami, and my every morning prayer, I say, Swami, I love you. You are my mother, you are my father, you're my guru, you're my God. Please make all my decisions for me. Please handle all challenges that comes my way. Please answer all questions for Tiri, which is going to do just now. And I'll say, Swami, please walk, talk, think, and act through me. And loving sisters and brothers, that prayer works like a charm. And I am not short of nothing. Being a person, and Varun tells me, Uncle Soobrie, don't talk about this, but I have to say that I've only been through grade 5 education. And it's only through my love and my implicit faith and my surrender to Swami brought me to where I am. And Baba can do that for all of you. So total surrender. Alright, so self-confidence, implicit faith, total surrender. I can go on talking, but today is Hanuman's day. You'll all know the power of Hanuman. Hanuman will guide, protect you from any challenges you go through. And we got our Swami who will do identically the same thing to one and all of us. So let us surrender body, mind, and soul at his divine lotus feet. We'll come now to the question and answer. So come up with the questions, please, sister.
Thank you, Uncle, for the insightful sharing that you did. Yes, we got many questions, and I believe in the meantime you have answered to some of them. So let me come first to one question. It goes, welcome to our island, brother. Please tell us about your beautiful experience with Swami when you felt him within you. And sure, we all will feel the same love now. Thanking you, Jai Sarva.
What the interview experience, was it?
Please tell us about your beautiful experience with Swami when you felt him within you.
Okay. In 1992, I was sitting in my office doing my work. Then I was running a transport department in one of the feed mills, making animal feed. And from the photograph, I heard a voice, come to Puttaparthi, I'm waiting for you. And this time I'm praying to Baba, only been twice to him. And I never had pardon namaskar from Baba. Okay? But in the early years, Baba, I read a book where Baba said he's alive in the photograph. So I didn't believe that. I said to him, Swami, how can you be alive in a photo? Impossible, can't be. And then one day I told the children, you know what, no more, no noise, no TV, I want to pray to Baba. And then they said, Swami, I read this in the book, Baba, but I don't believe it. I still take you as an ordinary man, and I don't believe you are alive. But brothers and sisters, with implicit faith, after 20 minutes of praying, Baba started blinking his eyes at me a couple of times. Okay, then from that time, I said, thank you, Swami. And from that time, this was in 1980, till today, I go every day and touch his feet. Every day I must take part in namaskar for him because Swami is watching everything in your house. Swami knows everything that is happening. So in the interview, when he started the interview with us, he called me to come to Patti. Next day I was on the flight, and the only reason why Swami called me because on the 27th of November in 1992, Baba comes to me and he says, "You're praying long to me, and you're always taking Padma Namaskar from my photo." I said, "Yes, Swami." Then he lifted his gown and said, "Trick." Loving sisters and brothers, to touch God's feet, some of you must have experienced it. Out of this world, my whole body was shaking, my hairs were standing in my body, and that inner peace and joy, I can't explain it to you how it was. So Baba started, I don't know if I said this the other day when I came in, and how Baba started, he looked at this lady and he said, "You know, you're a very, very bad lady. You got a lot of anger, you got a lot of frustration, you always fight with your husband. The poor man will do my work, when he comes only gets swearing from you." And he looked at this man, he said, "You too, sometimes you can't handle this lady. Both of you fight like cats and dogs in your house. No peace and no happiness." How does Baba know that? Having sisters and brothers, that photograph that all of you got in your house, Swami is watching your every thought, your every word, and your every action. Swami knows your every thought. Anything that you do, Swami knows. And in 2008, the Satyasai school children in South Africa was the first matriculants through metric. And I was sitting in the veranda then, because 2007 in Patti, Baba called me to sit in the veranda too, you know. And the chairman of the board said, "Uncle Soobrie, we made a beautiful magazine with everything, with the board of management, with the principal, with all the teachers and all the children. And we made this magazine and we want you to present it to Swami." I said, "Okay," I took it, and sitting in the veranda waiting for Baba to come. So that envelope was open, so I took a book out and I started reading through it to see how things were at the school, you know. And then Swami came, I quickly put the magazine back in the envelope, folded it nicely, and Baba came, he passed me. He went round like there where the entrance to the mandir is. He turned around and he came back. And he called me and said, "Come, I want to see the magazine." And imagine you're kneeling by the chair next to Baba. He was in the wheelchair. Kneeling next to him, so close to God. And Baba went through every page in the book. He looked at the board, the chairman of the board. He looked at all the board members. He looked at the principal, the children. And then he asked me something, and I couldn't hear. His voice was soft. But good opportunity. Only now I realized. I bent forward and put my ears next to his mouth. And I said, "Swami, I never hear what you said." And very softly he asked me, "How many pupils in the school? How many children in the school?" Lucky I read the magazine. And I told Swami 452. And he says, "I know. I wanted to see if you know." Baba even knew I read the magazine. So loving sisters and brothers, please, I'm telling you this with full of faith, that Swami knows your every thought, your every word, and your every action. So be careful how we conduct ourselves. Okay?
Thank you, Uncle. In line with what you said, actually there are common questions. Why does Swami put to test devotees who are nearer to him or believe in him? Or why it happens that those who always pray and do good work always have to suffer the most?
So that's a very simple answer. I've experienced it. Swami says the more closer you come to me, the more challenges you're going to have. The closer you get to me, the more problems I'm going to give you. And the only reason why I'm giving you the problems, so So you can be a very strong man, you can be handling anything that comes your way. Today I'm not fair. You'll become strong and I'll give you problems. I've been through it. The challenges I've been through, unbelievable, right? And just to share from the scriptures again, Mother Kunti brought children, the 5 pound of our brothers, with value-based education. And she trained them in such a way that come what may, they must implicit faith in God and they must practice the human values. She taught them of value-based education. And when the Mahabharata war was over and they became victorious, Lord Krishna called Mother Kunti and he said, Mother, I am so impressed in the way you brought up your children. You're such a mother that you brought all your children in value-based education. That's why they became victorious in every aspect of the Mahabharata. And Lord Krishna said, Mother Kunti, ask me for any gift and I'll give you. And she said, my Lord, give me more problems. Lord Krishna taking her back, he said, but Mother, why do you want problems? She says to Lord Krishna, my Lord, when I have problems, I bring to you more harm. I chant your name often. I carry on chanting until the problem goes over and I wait for the next one to come. So by problems, I'm getting closer to you because I pray more hard to you. And those that are having problems, isn't when your problem, how hard you pray. But when everything is going so nice, we slacken in our prayer. We don't pray so hard. So accept challenges. Loving sisters and brothers, as long as we got this human body, we always going to have problems. And you must welcome it. When people say, Uncle Soobrie, these people don't like you, they hate you, they're talking bad about you. I say, you know how lovely Baba looks inside them. They're so good people. And that's how we must be changed everything negative into a positive. Okay, sister.
Yes, Uncle. So, Swami exhorts us to see the divinity in us as we are divine beings. How can we do service at the soul level when the person is almost totally handicapped?
Sorry, I'm not hearing them clearly. Get more closer to the mic, I think.
Yeah. So, Swami exhorts us to see the divinity in us as we are divine beings. How can we do service at the soul level when the person is almost totally handicapped?
So a person is?
Handicapped.
Handicapped.
Yes.
Okay, so in that way, anybody that's handicapped, loving sisters and brothers, is they brought it about themselves, We got to show them too much of love, and you know that the law of karma. And even Jesus said it very nice in the Bible, what you sow, so shall you reap. Okay, I'm going to share 2 stories with you. The one is, and all of you all have to practice this, and I think a lot of you are doing this. Swami used to go to party, out of party to other districts to go and give darshan. So he came to this one district, and then he went to after the satsang was over, one of the devotees said, Baba, I'd like you to come and stay in my house. And he had a very big bungalow. And Baba said, okay, I'll come stay with you. So they came to the house, and when they finished that darshan with Swami, then Baba went up to his room, and this man from the house went to his room, locked the door in his room, and he came out by the window. But now saying, well, before he goes to sleep, he heard dogs barking, and it was irritating him. He opened the curtain, he saw dogs barking, and 2 children with the dogs fighting for the food in the bin. And he was taken aback. He said, God is right here upstairs. How can he allow this to happen? And then he gets a pat on his back. Came from, he said, Baba there. He said, Baba, how you came the door out? Baba says, I'm God, I can come anywhere. So Baba said, I only responded to your call now because you asked I am God, why I am not doing anything for that's happening outside? So Baba said, you know those children, in the last birth they were very, very rich people. They had a very big dining table. They had all different types of food to eat. And they should eat after food, and after used to get wasted. They should throw the food away. That's why in this birth they have to come back and pick up the same food that they threw away. So coming back, it's law of karma. When you do wrong, you're going to get wrong. I can share a lot of stories, but I think time is not. I must be hungry yet.
So there's another question. Thank you for your inspiration. You talked about your morning sadhana on Saturday. Can you tell us more about how you do it, please?
Okay, loving sisters, I'm glad you brought that question. As I told you earlier on, I'm not so educated, but where I am today is because when I was identified as a leader, that time leaders called me and they interviewed me, and they said, Uncle Soobrie, you're a good man, we hear you do a lot of good work in your region, and we want like you to become regional president. And center president, not it was region, I already was doing the work. And then they asked me, Uncle Soobrie, do you take alcohol? I said, yeah, man, I drink like a fish. So they asked me, do you smoke cigarettes? I told them 20s a day. Then they asked me, you eat meat too? I said, yeah, even Thursdays too I eat meat. Then they asked me, do you gamble? I said, yeah, I gamble too, but not too much by gambling, but I still gamble. Then they said, sorry, you don't qualify. You can't, because our leaders were very hard that time. They say, sorry, you cannot qualify. So they told me, but we're having a leadership course 2 weeks' time. And we'd like you to attend the course and listen to what a leader should be. And after that, we want all the leaders to sign a pledge that will give up all your bad habits. So I signed a pledge, and our loving sisters and brothers, that's the best decision I made in my life. I signed it, and since that day, it was 1982, till today I gave up everything. And it's only through Bhagwan's grace. Okay, and sorry, the other part of what you just go that is, the sadhana, sorry. And then when I became a leader, the first thing they said to me, Uncle Soobrie, you have to follow the 9-point code of conduct. So I said, okay, and one part of the 9-point code of conduct, it says, every member must make his or her family for such sadhana, especially the ones that are young and got little children. When they're small, you can turn the minds of those children towards God. But when they come a young adult and a youth, you're wasting your time. So while students, so what I did, I took this challenge on and I told my wife and my children, 4 children at that time, and we're going to do daily meditation and prayer. We used to get up 5 o'clock every day, 21 ohms, suprabhatam, all the mantras, jyoti meditation, chanting the Gayatri mantra 108 times daily. That is why all my children got a very strong spiritual base, and through that they teach that my grandchildren are even in the fold and doing very, very well in the fold. And through being an ignorant person, not so educated and no knowledge, through the power of prayer, and from 1982 till today, I don't miss the morning prayer. I do it regularly, and my message to one and all of you, please, Baba never said in 9-point code of conduct number 1, occasional prayer. Baba said daily. And many devotees are not doing it. If you really want to feel and experience Swami inside of you, the power of prayer is going to help you. The other day I was addressing youth, and I gave the youth profound stories of how prayer can change the lives of people. So very important, prayer.
Thank you, Uncle. Now that we talked about sadhana, another thing comes in, it's dharma. So in times of war, we see so much suffering and loss of lives. How should we respond spiritually? Even in Mahabharata, Lord Krishna had to take sides. So now in this era where we are equipped with wars, so how do we respond spiritually? Should we remain neutral, or is it our duty to take side? How do we practice our dharma at this time?
See, we cannot control what's happening there, and that's got nothing to do with me and you. How is it going to hurt me and you? How is it going to, and what can you or we can do for that thing? Only thing we can do is what we're going to do this now, where we're going to chant the Gayatri Mantra for that. We only can do prayer, and we can only pray that this war finishes quickly, because so much of innocent lives have gone. So only with the power of prayer, and every one of you, when you do your morning prayer, send the light to these people, send the light to those areas, and that's the only way we can help, is by the power of praying for them. Okay?
Yes, Uncle, and we come to another pillar of the Sai organization. Questions came on, why should we do study circle? Why study circle is important, and how do we manage in the organization with lots of challenges?
Okay, firstly, selfless service. Baba has said that selfless service is the easiest, safest, and surest way of attaining liberation. That is why when I read it many, many years ago, I took the challenge of Seva, and with Swami's grace, I'm a total Seva man. For country for 13 years, I've been a national service coordinator. They didn't want to take me out because they say 4 years is the most. And every time I tell myself, Uncle Soobrie, you're doing so well, you have to continue. Because, and that's the challenge I took. And that's one of the things where I'm here today, selfless service. Sharing the story with you again, is there was this educator in the Vrindavan College. He was an elderly man, and he went to the warden and he said, "Sir, I'm very tired and I'm getting old and I want to retire." So the warden asked him, "Why do you want to retire?" He said, "Because I want to go sing bhajans now, I want to do Veda chants, I want to sing bhajans, I want to do meditation, I want to pray, and I want to feel you inside of me." So the warden said, "You've been personally interviewed by Swami, and Baba gave you this job. So you have to go and ask Swami permission." So he went to Bhakti, got an interview, and Baba said, "What do you want?" He said, "Swami, I want to retire." And Baba asked him why, and he gave the same answers. So Baba told him, "Sir, what you're doing now, you're an educator, you helped thousands of children to become better, and through your education, the children are where they are today. So that is postgraduate. And singing bhajans and Veda chants and meditation is kindergarten. Do you want to leave postgraduate and go to kindergarten?" He said, no, Baba, leave it, I'll continue with the teaching. So don't stop praying now. We have to pray. From kindergarten, you have to go to primary and high school. So through the power of Veda chants and bhajans, we're going to grow up loving sisters and brothers, and I'm telling you all this from experience. I sing with Swami, but Swami sings through me, you know. I do my prayer, regular prayer. I sing bhajans, but seva is my life. So you have to pray, you have to do meditation, you have to sing, but if you do selfless seva, then you postgraduate. So each one must think of yourself. You want to be in kindergarten or postgraduate. That's your challenge. Okay, Sarah?
Yes, Sangha, we are nearing the end of question. So the last question, you have shared your story with us, your experience, but maybe just to re-emphasize on how to practice detachment from parents and nearest and dearest. Parents and nearest. How to practice detachment from parents. Yes.
Oh, okay. Attachment, you're talking about attachment, right?
Yes, attachment.
Loving sisters and brothers. That's one of the qualities we all have to give up. Because nobody belongs to you, your children don't belong to you, your husband don't belong to you, wives don't belong to you, your house is not yours, your car is not yours. When you die, you're not going to take nothing and nothing with you. Nothing you're going to take. And with Swami's grace, okay, you have to practice that. Okay? Will you going to kind of, please, I'm not saying this out of ego, please don't get me wrong, right? When you see your grandson dead and your daughter is 45-year-old daughter dead, and I'm saying, Baba, thank you so much. Why? Because we do not identify people with the body. The body is going to go. And you must identify with Atma. And I guarantee all of you that my children, that were Swami's children, my grandson, my daughter's Atma is cradling in Swami's hands. There's no such thing as death, and there's no such thing as birth. It's only everlasting life. And that's where we all have to come to. Sir Alexander the Great, when he was in his deathbed, he called all his children and said, come here. And the children asked, Dad, what do you want? Say, I want you to grant me 3 wishes. What are the 3 wishes? Firstly, I'm going to die. Nobody in this world can save me now. I'm going to die. But when I die, I want you to get me a coffin where my hands can be out like this, empty. And the second thing is when the hearse is leaving the house and going to the burial ground or crematorium ground, I want you to throw my money on the coffin. He was a billionaire. Throw money. And then what's the third thing? He says, look in this world and will get me the best specialists, the best doctors. That's the 3 wishes I want. And then the children asked him, but why do you want the 3 wishes? He said, firstly, when I die, I came empty-handed, and I'm going to get empty. Going empty. Nothing going to come with me. Not $1 is going to come with me. All going to stay back. Right? He said, I want to go empty-handed. And then secondly, the money. He says, no money going to come with me. The money going to stay here. Whatever happens. And you all know today with money how much families are broken today because of money. He says, I'm not going to take nothing. I don't know who's going to get that money. So I want you to throw all my money on the floor. And doctors, he said, I'm going to die. You can get the best specialists and pay them the most amount of money to save me. Nobody is going to save me. Okay? So loving sisters and brothers, it's not easy. We have to detach. That's what Baba wants, detach. We must only have Baba. So let me share this with you. Hey, how's the time? I'm talking a lot here. I think I'll share this with you. I was reading a book early years where from the side Kulwant Hall, Baba was coming down into the Kulwant Hall from his house into the Kulwant Hall, and the lady was standing up. Baba pushed the lady down. Standing up, pushed her down. Standing up, pushed her down. And then when Baba came near, Baba said, the Sevadars, leave her, leave her. And Baba asked her, Ma, what happened? What do you want? She said, Swami, I want moksha. I want liberation. Baba smiled at her and said, all right, simple, I can give you. But I'll take away your money, I'll take away your house, I'll take away your family, I'll take away your car, I'll take everything away from you. You'll only have me, only Swami in your heart, nothing else. And she said, no, leave it, all right, Swami. So loving brothers and sisters, be careful what you ask for Swami. And I said to Swami, I want that. I said, take everything. I only want you and nothing else. Then I had a double-story house. The house was gone. All right, but we sold it, right? Not. And then, and I'm mentioning this to you all, I worked for 35 years, and when you're not heavy educated, you don't earn a good salary, you know. So after 35 years of service, I collected 1.2 million rand. So I gave, 2.1. So I gave my son 300,000 to build a house for him. And I had 1.8 and I invested with a side devotee. And I don't know what went wrong there. I lost nearly 900,000 rands there. And I still thank Swami for everything. I lost my house, lost money, I lost my family. Baba took my family, took my car. I was driving a C220 Mercedes-Benz, route off. And right now, I got no house, got little money, family is all gone, everything is gone. But I got Swami locked up in my heart. I got everything and I'm not short of nothing. I'm not short of nothing. Because you have to be simple living and high thinking. And I thank Swami for whatever he has done, because there's nothing better than feeling and experiencing Swami inside you. If any one of you think that Uncle Soobrie was talking here today, then you're far away from the truth. It was Swami that is in total control of Uncle Soobrie, and he is doing everything. Uncle Soobrie is not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I might make wrong decisions. And I pray to one and all of you, if I do that, please help me to become a better person. Saira.
Thank you, Uncle. There's actually one last question.
I thought that was enough.
Yes, but it's actually important for the young adults. And Swami, every time Swami has put emphasis on saying time waste is life waste. And today we see lots of young adults spending lots of time on social media, connected on different platforms. So what would be your advice that you would give to the young adults of today about time management?
That is very, very important. That's why where we are today. We have to utilize our time to the fullest and in a scientific manner. Try to utilize your time. Don't waste time. Time wasted is life wasted. You all know that. So time is very important. You've got to manage your time properly. You've got to have time for sleep. I think Baba broke it up, 6 hours for sleep, 6 hours for your work, 6 hours for seva, and 6 hours what for your daily chores, right? So can you manage your time? Each and every one, time is of utmost importance, and Baba is very, very, very particular about time, okay? So that's very important. Do not waste time, otherwise your life is going to go with that time. All right, okay. That's all.
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you for the insightful experiences and talks you have given us. And we shall now invite the Regional President of Region 4, Brother Sandeep, to present the zone chair with a token of love and present the vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
They normally like them send off with the budget, so send off with the budget, then you can come. All right. At that time, Aska, sing a bhajan. प्रभु रामचंद्र की दूता हनुमंता आंजनेया प्रभु रामचंद्र की दूता हनुमंता आंजनेया Sai Ram, everybody. Sai Ram.
My reverential pronounce after little suitable to dearest Sahib. Salam, dear brothers and sisters. I have been assigned the easiest task of the program, the word of thanks. Join me now in expressing our infinite gratitude to our Swami for enabling this very inspiring, uplifting session today. Thank you, dear Swami. Without his blessings today, it wouldn't have been possible. We wouldn't have had the good fortune of knowing and welcoming Uncle Soobrie, our zone chair, among us today. As Uncle Soobrie has been reminded us during the day, during our interactions, let us work to remove the veil of the ego and acknowledge the true doer behind all our dear Swami. We have had the good fortune of receiving you, Uncle, today among us on this sacred day of Hanuman Jayanti, which is no coincidence. During our interactions, Uncle Soobrie has been recounting his numerous experiences in the Sai organization. How he was driving more than 250 kilometers every week without fail, just to reach out to the needy communities, families and children to provide guidance, solace and comfort in his tireless endeavor to always be involved in serving Seva. As you rightly said on stage just now, Seva. A very befitting example of Lord Hanuman ideals indeed. Only through Seva can we overcome the ego. Our gratitude also goes to the trustees, managing trustee and all the trustees and National Council President Samana and all National Council members for enabling this satsang. We are grateful to the President of the Satosh and his team for allowing us to use these facilities today. This will definitely be in our favor. We are sincerely grateful for the golden hands and hearts who have tirelessly been working in the background for the setup and prepare the program for today, for lovingly preparing the food prasad, for lovingly preparing the budget and Veda chanting, for being such worthy reflections of the ideals of Hanuman. Thank you, dearest brothers and sisters of Region 3 and 4, for your dedication and loving service. Thank you to the regional team, the regional coordinators across both regions, for coming together to bring this program to fruition. Last but not least, on behalf of the regional coordinating committees of Region 3 and 4, I am deeply grateful to all our brothers and sisters present today who, despite the heavy rain and the impossible traffic, have made it a must to join us today on this spiritual journey. Thank you, dearest Mother Sai. Jai Sai Ram, Jai Hanuman.
Thank you, Brother Sandeep. Before we proceed to the next item, being a bhajan medley, we request the below members to remain seated after Aarti for a group photo. The National Chair, Sister Amanda, the Deputy National Chair, Brother Varun, the trustees, the Region 3 executive members, and the unit president, and the Region 4 executive members and the unit president. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Then
I